Two JZ donuts. PJ is an animal! Absolute animal. That car is freaking nuts. Holy cow. Drift off? Sorry, Mr. FedEx man. He liked it. He liked it. Yeah, that was awesome. All right, guys. Showtime Speedway is having a drift night, which is about one street over. So we're gonna take the Z-Kart over. I'm excited to see what cars are over there. I can hear them ripping right now. So we're gonna do that, and hopefully the local law enforcement will not be on that street. And things are gonna be awesome. All right, PJ. All right. 2J PJ. Dude, you ready? different thing, man.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, that was our rip in PJ's car. 2JZ. Unbelievable. Alright, this car I just rode in. PJ's 2J. S14. Two JZs are sick. Hey guys, Sunday back at the shop. Quick overview of what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to attempt to get this all cut out, get at least my top front tube bent, connected to the strut tower and down to the frame rail. So what I need to do first is just pull off the radiator. I gotta drain it. I made these temporary mounts. These are just super temporary for the radiator. The radiator on this car is actually going to be in the back ultimately. So what I'm gonna do is just lop these off. I'll plasma cut. I don't know if I'll plasma cut. I don't know if I'll need to, but I'll cut a piece of 1/8 inch here, weld it to the frame rail, and then I'll have my tube coming out here and being able to connect to that. I can also mock up my intercooler, which I will show you guys when that happens. But yeah, let me get to work. I gotta drain this, and fingers crossed that we can make this happen tonight. At least get it, if not, you know, maybe not finished welded, but at least give us a really good idea of how the front end's gonna look. The rear is pretty much done. I do want to come from here, and let me show you. I'm not sure if I already showed you guys this. I think I did. This is kind of refreshing my memory here. So I'm gonna take a piece of tubing, 1.25 inch tubing, just like this, and then I'll plate, and that will reinforce the top of my strut tower, and that tube will come down, reinforce my differential cross member here, back up, do the same thing, tie into the cage. That's done. Back of the car is done. Just have to gusset a few things, but I'm pretty much done messing around back here. I'm getting sick of it, and I really want to see how the front of this car is gonna look. So that's what we're doing. Well guys, just pulled the radiator off and started the brackets here for my frame rails. This is what I came up with. So nothing too crazy. So what I'm gonna do is, this obviously fits a little loose here, and that's totally cool. What I'm gonna do is I gotta clean all this up, obviously. I'm gonna tack it, and then I'll clamp it so it's gonna be super tight against the frame rail there. And then what I'm going to do, bear with me 2 seconds. So this is an idea that I had on my, this'll work. I had on my E30, and it worked out really well because it actually gives you kind of adjustability when you're mocking it up. So what I'm going to do is drill a 1.75 inch hole with my hole saw right about there. And that way this tube slides in to the frame rail, and you have adjustability for your tubes coming down. And instead of just a butt weld here, it actually penetrates through the plate, and I feel like it gives it a little more strength. I mean, it's one of those things, it's just kind of, it's not hard to do, but it's nice just to have it so you can pull it out and connect it to this tube coming down. So if you're off in 1/4 inch or something from this side to this side, or 1/8 or whatever you know, distance is, because I'm sure, I mean, I kind of eyeballed these. I'm sure these aren't cut exactly evenly side to side. So it just creates less fab work. So before I get my front tubes down, I have my intercooler already. So I'm gonna kind of mock up the intercooler where it's going to be. I obviously want my cage structure up here to be pretty much in plane with the front of the intercooler, if not a little more in front, just in case we tap it or something. I don't want to destroy the intercooler. So we'll give us a little bit of wiggle room, but this adjustability here will give us a real good idea of where we need to do. So I'm gonna pop 2 holes in there, clean this up, get that tacked up, and then before I leave tonight, I gotta grab some chow right now because I'm hungry. But before I leave tonight, I hopefully get one of these sides at least cut out to see what it's gonna look like. So that's my goal tonight, and it's kind of crazy. These small steps are what really works in this situation. I know I've said it a million times, but I've been, you know, running around doing a bunch of things, a lot of work at the house lately. So I come to the shop. I try to come once a day for like 3 or 4 hours, and that's me working on orders. That's me doing this. So I'm trying to bounce around and get everything done and just maintain a good cycle of making everybody happy, dealing with this car, and then doing all my life stuff at the same time. So I feel like it's good that I just pick away at things slower but steadier, I guess you would say. Either way, it's working out. Everything's fine. Everything's on track. You know, obviously I can't dedicate 24/7 to this car because this does not generate an income, but you can't also stop the project at any point in time, because I feel once you stop, it's very hard to start, and then you're playing catch up. That's just how I do it. Doesn't work that way for everybody, but so far it's working, and everybody's happy. Wife's happy, I'm happy, bank account's happy. That's all that matters, right? Well, check this out, guys. It's getting a little bit late here, so we got some auxiliary lighting, but this is hot off the press. This is what I came up with. And let me show you what I was talking about here with this. So this tube will be notched. I made 2 identical size tubes, but there we go. So these just act as a receiver, if you will, and that will make our life a lot easier when doing our down tubes on the front. So that's just something I've done before in the past. It works out pretty slick. Looks really nice and clean too. You don't have any chance of, you know, it sitting weird or anything on the plate. And you can kind of, you know, have a little bit of wiggle room here when it comes to hitting this funky angle there. So that's that. I gotta see if I can at least cut this side off. It's like 9 o'clock. I need to get out of here in about a half an hour. But I think I'm gonna try to buzz this off real quick just to see how it's gonna look. So I'm gonna do that right now, and let's check this out before I get out of here. Okay, well, we had some major surgery today. I chopped out, this is the stock windshield frame. I chopped out this whole area right in front of the firewall. Now, check this out. I want to show you kind of what I'm thinking. Let me get my cart out of the way here. I'm thinking, well, let me tell you what I was originally thinking. I was originally thinking of just going from here to do something, you know, just a straight tube, and then down, and that will meet up with my front bumper area. But now I kind of have the idea of going up and over the shock, right? And then coming down with it like this, and another bend like that, and then just tying this in up top, which means that has to go. Now, so far nothing has moved, but if I cut this piece out, that might be, you know, I don't know if it's gonna be an issue. I think it'll be strong enough without any load on it or anything like that, but it's could be starting to get wiggly here. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I haven't had the guts yet just to chop this out, but almost either way, even if I was going to go right back to that, I'd still have to cut, you know, this top part out. And the reality is this is just, I mean, this is nothing crazy. I mean, it's thick metal. I'd say it's like 18 gauge, 14 gauge, or I'm sorry, 16 gauge maybe. So I'm thinking of cutting that out, leaving the inner fender liner, right, which is all steel. So leaving that just to protect the inside of the engine bay from getting filled with crap. And then maybe I can just dimple die a piece between the two tubes if I have to. I really don't need to. But either way, this kind of has to go because I can't make this turn with this in the way. So as you can see how this bumps out here, I kind of have to at least get rid of the top, but I mean, I think if I'm gonna get rid of it, I might as well just get rid of it. I mean, I think that's gonna be a pretty wicked looking setup too. So my turbo will be right here, you know, and that whole deal, but this is, it almost looks like a Jeep style thing, you know what I mean? Like the whole, and I also, if I wanna get crazy, I have the option to plate the top with 1/8 inch. I really don't think I need to do that. I really just need to support that, so let's not get crazy there. So yeah, I might just cut it. I don't know. The other side's a little more involved just because it has a coolant reservoir here. It has our fuse box, but nothing is on the inside. You can't see that, I know, but nothing's on the inside. So I might just do it. I might just do it and see what happens. Let's see how this goes. I'm gonna make a decision in about 5 seconds because I gotta get out of here. And if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna at least make one cut so I can't go back on it. Or I could sleep on it, but sleeping on it's not a bad idea. All right, I'm cutting it. Well, folks, that's what commitment looks like. Nothing opened up too, which is great. I was worried this might kind of, you know, get a little floppy, but the reality is, being a convertible, this thing is super reinforced. I mean, this is like almost a, what, 4" by 4" rail here connected to here. So now this is pretty cool. But sometimes you need to commit to things like that. I'll probably take this edge and just clean it right up. Go big or go home, right? Actually, it's time for, I just went big and now it's time for me to go home because I ordered a pizza that I gotta pick up. So I'm gonna go home. We're gonna play with this tomorrow. Thanks for watching.